January 15th, 2015 meeting of the Town Board to order, and ask everyone in attendance to rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Councilwoman Barnum.
Present.
Councilman Perdicone.
Here.
Councilman Sealy. Councilwoman Skrobak. Attorney for the town. And Supervisor Bello.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. And I'd like to start off by welcoming all our guests here today. And we have an exciting presentation this morning to follow up on last month's Town Board action, where we had the honor and privilege of approving a promotion for Lieutenant Todd Fitzsimmons. And so I'd like to call the Chief of Police, Richard Tantello, forward to the podium to give some remarks and before we get this underway.
Thank you very much, Mr. Supervisor. It's a special occasion for us here at the Arundecoit Police Department. We have the opportunity of promoting an individual that has served his community with dedication and commitment. Lieutenant Todd Fitzsimmons has been a police officer for 27 years. He has been a police officer in the town of Arundecoit for 24 years. He has been a sergeant for the last 8 years and assigned to the 2nd Platoon. In addition to those duties, he's in charge of the Technical Services Unit and a team leader for the Emergency Response Team. Todd is a highly decorated police officer, an Arundecoit resident. He's here with his family and friends to join him tonight in this celebration, and I couldn't be happier for this individual. So if I can have Lieutenant Fitzsimmons come forward, please, along with his family. And Mr. Supervisor.
They're all getting up.
Okay, we got time. No problem. Come on up.
Does everybody want to? We're going to get close to the mic. Everybody want to? You guys can all come in so you can hear. Great. Okay, if you could place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Todd Fitzsimmons,
I, Todd Fitzsimmons,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will defend the Constitution of the United States and the state of New York,
that I will defend the Constitution of the United States of America and New York State.
I will enforce all of the laws of the state of New York
I will enforce all the laws of the state of New York
and the town of Arundecoit.
and the town of Arundecoit.
I will fulfill the duties of the rank of lieutenant
I will fulfill the duties of the rank of lieutenant
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will obey all orders, rules, and regulations
I will obey all orders, rules, and regulations
of the Arundecoit Police Department,
of the Arundecoit Police Department.
so help me God.
So help me God.
I will serve,
I will serve,
protect, and guide
protect, and guide
the citizens of the town of Arundecoit.
the citizens of the town of Arundecoit.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You may have noticed that his wife is a sergeant with the Sheriff's Department, and although he may have a higher rank here at the Arundecoit Police Department, we all know who's in charge at home. But without any further ado, Lieutenant Fitzsimmons, please, for a couple of comments.
Wow. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to Supervisor Bello, all the members of the town board, Chief Tantello, Captain Ryan. Thank you for believing in me and giving me this tremendous opportunity to lead a fine bunch of hardworking and professional police officers and sergeants on the 1st Platoon. This has been a long-time goal of mine, and to realize it is absolutely fantastic. To my best friend and my confidant, my wife Kathy, thanks for putting up with me. A lot of people have asked me if this means that since I've been promoted to lieutenant, that my wife has to salute me. the answer is no. I've also, as the chief has stated, been told that there's one true commander in our household, and it's not me. To my sons, Todd and Tyler, thank you for being here tonight, guys. You're my pride and joy. To my parents, Leo and Pat, thank you for all that you did, bringing me up and giving me the tools to get to where I am here today. I want to thank my sister, my brother, all my friends and my family, and all my coworkers who showed up here tonight. You've made this a very special night for me. One last thank you to retired Lieutenant Hunt. He's been my friend for 25 years. He's been my friend, my coach, and he's helped me learn how to do this job. So thank you, Blake. You're a great friend. I think I've thanked everybody. If I missed anybody, sorry. Yell at me later. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Lieutenant, and congratulations to your family as well. This is one of my favorite things to do here in my role as supervisor, is to swear in police officers and support our police department. I think we have nothing but the finest men and women protecting the town of Irondequoit, and I think we owe them all a debt of gratitude. So congratulations, Lieutenant, and thank you. Okay, I have one other announcement to make before we get to the business of the meeting. Actually, I have two announcements to make. As you've noticed, and those of you watching at home, that this past week, last week actually, we in fact opened the town's first public ice skating rink in a little over a generation. The ice rink is on the front lawn of Town Hall. It's open daily, weather permitting, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., so we encourage you to please come on out. And when you see the ice rink, it's open again, like I said, weather permitting, so come on down, bring your skates, and join us here at Town Hall for some fun. I also want to make an announcement about a new festival that we're having in Irondequoit. Irondequoit is known as a festival town, and to continue that tradition into the winter, we're going to have Irondequoit's first inaugural Winterfest on January 31st from noon to 4 o'clock. Right here on the Town Hall campus. The festival is free and includes many activities, including the ice skating. Rink will be open. We'll have horse-drawn wagon rides, a petting zoo, ice sculpture artists, snowboarding demonstrations and simulators, the Siberian Husky working dog demonstrations, crafts and games for kids, food trucks, and so much more. So I encourage you to please come out and visit. Again, it'll be weather permitting, but I'm hoping that this is one event that even if it's cold, it's still going to happen. So on January 31st from noon to 4. So we look forward to seeing you then. The next agenda item is public input. I don't think I saw anybody signed up to speak. Was there anybody present tonight who wanted to address the board? No? Okay, seeing none, we will close the public input. And I'm going to call on Rick Cecchi to deliver the financial report.
Okay, Andy's a little under the weather, so things are here tonight.
Sure.
First, I wanted you to note that the financial report states tentative before closing 2014 and as of 12/31/14. In addition to this 2014 year-end report, Andy will be providing 2 more monthly updates of the 2014 results. both in January and as of the end of February. Those updates will be presented along with respective 2015 monthly reports as we progress through the year. The town's 2014 books will remain open for several months still for outstanding revenue, bills for services and goods received in 2014, and for required closing entries and adjustments. The updates will allow us to understand how the finances are shaping up as we progress through the year-end closing process. And during the second quarter, the town's auditing firm, Bonadil LLP, will perform and complete the annual audit and generate the 2014 financial statements. They were, in fact, on site this week doing some of their preliminary audit work. After completing those processes, a presentation of the town's financial condition will be made to the town board at a mid-year workshop meeting. Highlights of the town's financial status will then be shared with the public at a subsequent town board meeting. The summary of the financial results of the town as of December 2014 are: total expenditures and encumbrances equals $30,378,000 and change, which equates to 95.6% of the budget. Included in that amount are open encumbrances of $468,319. The general fund expenses are favorable at 96.9%, or $17,855,908. And that includes open encumbrances of about $300,000. Collectively, the expenses, including encumbrances in the highway funds, are at 99.5%, just slightly below the budget. The combined highway fund expenditures are likely going to exceed budget, as the December payroll accruals for hourly personnel are not yet included in this report. The combined highway revenue, though, is expected to exceed budget. We're expecting to receive at least another $200,000 or more. Actual expenditures in the other major funds are also lower than budget. Library continues to be under budget at $1.8 million, or 96.4%. Sewer fund at $3.3 million, or 85.3% of budget. And drainage at 81.6% of the budget. The amount of revenue received in the general fund is close to $17 million, or 91.3% of the budget. As Annie's previously reported, the town's received 100% of real estate tax revenue for 2014, 100.7% of pilot revenue, and 100% of state aid. About $2.3 million of sales tax has been received to date, which equals 66.5% of the budget, and that reflects 8 months of activity. We expect the next sales tax payment, which will include 3 more months, to be received by the town sometime in February. The mortgage tax shown of about $500,000 represents 9 months of the budget, or 66.2%, and franchise cable TV revenue of $370,000 is for 6 months, which is 46.5% of the budget. We expect the final payment for that probably in March of 2015. Cemetery revenue is currently at 107.5% of budget. Fines and bail forfeitures revenue continues above budget at 130.5%. Our current expectation is that the general fund revenue will exceed expenditures. Annie feels, due to timing, we have yet to receive close to $2 million of outstanding revenue for the town. Regarding the entire town, 94% of overall revenue has been received to date. Revenue received by the library, 99% of budget, highway, 97%, and 102% for the sewer fund. And with that, I'll conclude the financial report for the month.
Thanks, Rick.
Yep.
Are there any questions or comments about the financial report? Seeing none, I'd like a motion to approve the financial report. And a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Approval of minutes, December 11, 2014, the workshop meeting.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
December 18th, regular town board meeting.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Items for board action. Item 1A, 2015-2, authorizing the supervisor to enter into an intermunicipal agreement for New York State snow and ice for 2016-17 season.
Can I have a motion? Move. And a second? Okay, can I ask Commissioner Meredith for a brief description of the resolution, please? Thanks.
My first resolution is authorizing the supervisor to enter into an intermunicipal agreement for New York State snow and ice services for the 2016-2017 season. The reimbursement for this work will be in the amount of $7,007.96 per lane mile for 10.8 miles for a total of $75,686. The services include snow and ice removal on Empire Boulevard and Seabreeze Drive.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Item 1A, 2015-3, authorizing the supervisor to execute an agreement for Monroe County all-seasons work in Monroe County rights-of-way.
Can I have a motion?
Move.
And a second?
Second.
Commissioner Meredith?
Yes, this resolution is authorizing the supervisor to execute an agreement for Monroe County all-seasons work in Monroe County rights-of-way. This work includes the roadside pickup of deceased animals and the mowing along county right-of-ways. The typical average annual income is about $1,300.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Item 1A, 2015-4, authorizing the purchase of 2 dump trucks with snow plowing equipment to be used in the Department of Community Services.
Okay. A motion? And a second? Okay. Commissioner Meredith?
Yes, this resolution is authorizing the purchase of 2 heavy-duty dump trucks with snow plowing equipment to be used by the Department of Public Works. During the workshop, we talked about how we would be replacing 2 separate vehicles that are aging in our fleet. One is a 10-wheel dump truck with a triaxle. The other one is a 6-wheel dump truck with a triaxle. Both of these vehicles will carry more than the current vehicles do, which will increase efficiency in the department. So the lowest responsible bidder bid $213,758, and this went to Regional International Corp. And the funding for these vehicles is available in account 023-9785-6050.
Thank you.
How old were the vehicles that we're replacing?
The truck 135, which is the 6-wheel truck, is a 1996. And then the truck 146 is the 10-wheeler is a 1999 Mack.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Let's see. I guess I have one other thing. That $213,000 that was for the 6-wheel dump truck. The 10-wheel dump truck was in the amount of $236,735.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Item 1A, 2015-5, calling for a public hearing on the matter of granting a special use permit to convert office space into living space located at 420 Seneca Road in a C commercial district.
Can I have a motion? And a second?
Second.
Okay, and as the clerk said, this isn't passing a resolution tonight. This is passing approval for the special use. This is setting the public hearing for next month's town board meeting to consider the special use permit by the board. The public hearing is scheduled for February 19th at 7:35. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Item 1A, 2015-6, authorizing the hiring of a recreation assistant in the Bureau of Recreation in the Community Services Department.
Can I have a motion?
Move.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. And I'll speak to this resolution. This is the continuation of the reorganization that we had last year, whereby the town board made a decision through the budget process to add additional programming staff to the recreation department, so that we're able to expand our recreational opportunities and also build upon the recreational programs that I think we all come to know and love and appreciate in Arundequoit. This goes to our commitment to expand the funding in those departments as well as our services. And so today's resolution is to appoint Meredith Saul to that position. Meredith has been with the town for a number of years in a part-time capacity or a seasonal capacity, and this resolution will bring her aboard full-time so we can utilize her expertise and experience and all the good work she's been doing for our recreational programs full-time. Is there any other questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Meredith is here. If you want to just stand to be recognized, congratulations.
Item 1A, 2015-7, authorizing the hiring of a clerk to the town justice in the court department.
Can I have a motion? And a second? Irene Schmiegel from the court clerk's office, just a brief explanation of the resolution.
Supervisor, we're just filling a vacancy.
Okay.
Clerk retired at the end of December, and we're filling it in with a part-timer that's been in our office for the past 3 years.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments from the board? The individual being recommended for the appointment, who's been with us for a number of years, is Victoria Wahibi. She's been part-time, and this resolution will move her to a full-time employment as a clerk. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Item 1A, 2015-8, authorizing the hiring of a constituent services coordinator.
Can I have a motion?
Move.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. This resolution, again, goes to the reorganization of the town government here. What we're doing here is this is a new position that really speaks to the central focus and the central mission of Town Hall and what this government's here to do, and that's to serve our residents. No issue that a resident calls Town Hall with is too small. Our goal here should be every phone call, every concern, every question that a resident has about town government or town service and what it is that we offer our residents deserves to be handled and deserves a phone call back in a way. And to be able to do that, we decided to create this position to help coordinate those responses, coordinate the concerns and the issues that are raised by our residents so that we can have a coordinated response, get back to people quickly, and get back to people with the right information. And so the best way to do this was to have a person in place who's going to work with each of our various departments to help streamline this in. And really over the next couple of months, we are going to kickstart this new iHelp program where residents can call into town through a single portal, email in through a single portal with their questions or concerns, and then be able to be directed to find the right answer into the right department. And so this really does speak to that because, we do a lot of big things in town government, and we do a lot of big projects. But a lot of times, the smaller things too, those matter just as much. If you have a pothole on your street, you need to report. If you have an issue with any of our departments, and you deserve a phone call back, and you deserve a way to be able to get in touch with your government. So with that, we decided to appoint Sarah Culp to that position, who's been serving in that role for a number of months, or for the last year here, and we decided to make this a full-time position so that we can really keep up with the demand and keep up with the residents and all their concerns here. So this position will appoint Sarah Culp to that in that role full-time. Any questions or concerns? No? All right, thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Item 1A, 2015-9, authorizing the hiring of an assistant to the town supervisor.
Can I have a motion?
Move.
And a second?
Second.
All right, thank you. This resolution will be appointing Rebecca Merrill to the position of assistant to the town supervisor. Again, this is a position that that we had filled last year. Vacancy was just created. Sarah Culp moving into the other position, and so Becky Merrill will be coming in on a full-time basis. She has an extensive background in administrative work, and I think will be a great asset to our office. Also a great asset, not just for my office, but for the Development Services Department and all the different departments upstairs to help coordinate projects and make sure that we're staying on track with some of the big projects getting done. So. Any questions or comments from the board? No? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Before we move on to the next resolution, I forgot to acknowledge Sarah after that last resolution, so congratulations, Sarah, on your new position. Okay.
Item 1A, 2015-10, authorizing the contract for a real estate broker for the sale of 2180 East Ridge Road.
Can I have a motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. This was, as we discussed over the last couple of months, this resolution is the next step in the process for the sale of the library on East Ridge Road. As you know, we're going to be completing the construction of the new consolidated library this fall. And as part of that process, we've been very clear and straightforward over the past year and even before that, that would result in the sale of the building on Ridge Road. So what the town decided to do to handle the sale of the building was to send out a request for proposals to look for a real estate broker to help in that process to make sure that the town is getting the best value for the property and for the right use. So we sent out a number of RFPs. The RFP selection committee was comprised of John Perticone from the town board, the comptroller Annie Seeley, our attorney Laura Smith, myself, and Director Nick Weatherby from Department of Communities of Development Services. We met with all the firms. We had a great conversation. There was one firm that did stand out amongst the rest, and that was CBRE. Their presentation, their background, their history in commercial real estate, working with municipalities in particular, and their success, a track record of success. And they also happen to be financially competitive with the other proposals. So this was a unanimous choice by the committee. I think we feel comfortable working with this firm this year to try to facilitate the sale of the building. Okay. Does anybody have any questions or concerns?
I thought the proposal was attractive.
Yeah.
It looked good, good experience.
Great.
Excellent.
Thank you. I agree. Okay. With that, any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Item 1A, 2015-11, calling for a public hearing on the matter of improving property maintenance codes in the town.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All right. Thank you. This resolution is something I talked about last year and we talked about at last month's town board meeting. As part of our overall package to help create a business environment and make a statement that Arundequoit is open for business and to encourage new economic development opportunities in the revitalization of certain neighborhoods. We decided to look at a proposal to expand our capital investment exemption, which is provided for by the state of New York. Currently, if you're a homeowner and your residential property,
Adam, you talking about the public hearing?
I'm sorry, I thought we were on the public hearing. I was on the public hearing.
We have
My
a few
apologies.
minutes.
But I am going to talk about this one. This is on the matter of approving property maintenance codes. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
On this resolution, this came to us really, I'm sorry, this one really came to us over the last several months, and I apologize for that. This was an issue that's been brought up before at town board meetings, and I've had several conversations with residents about, and that is the issue of vacant properties and property maintenance and foreclosures that are happening around town. Property maintenance issues happen for a variety of reasons, whether it's a foreclosure, and so there's an abandoned property. It's abandoned for several different reasons. We have absentee landlords in town. We also have people who simply just are not keeping up with their property. And for many of us, our homes are going to be our single biggest investment. It's the biggest investment we're going to make. And it's not fair, I think, to you as a homeowner when somebody else's neglect of their property has a negative impact on your investment. It brings down property values, hurts our tax base, and it hurts your investment in what you've put into your property. So therefore, the town of Arundecoit is going to take a look at the town code and the different ways and different resources and tools that we have available to handle those property maintenance issues. To kick off the process of looking at our codes, we're going to start with a public hearing next month at the February Town Board meeting. We're going to ask residents who have had issues with property maintenance and can speak from their own experience, what they've seen, in their own neighborhoods, and ideas that they have that would help strengthen the town code so that we can deal with these property maintenance issues. We want to hear from you. I want to hear from business owners who have been affected by property maintenance issues, and I also want to hear from professionals. Who can come and talk about ideas they have, things that they've seen working. We're going to take that input. We're also going to do research and look at what other municipalities around the state and around the country are doing. Over the next several months, we're going to put together an aggressive package to make sure that we are giving ourselves all the tools in our toolbox that are available to us by the state and the federal government, that we have those here in Arundecoit to utilize so that we can start to make an impact, so that the blights that are on neighborhoods, that we can deal with that. And it's not an issue, by the way, that's unique to the town of Arundecoit. This is something that we see, every community across America is facing this issue. But in a residential community like ours, where we really are, we're just so proud of our neighborhoods, and that's largely what we're made up of, it makes this issue that much more important. So it was something the town board wanted to make a priority with, to work on over the next couple of months. So we're going to start off with a public hearing. Again, it's going to be next month at the February town board meeting. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, it's now 7:35, and we will go into our public hearing. PH 1A 2015-1, in the matter of amending Town Code to include new Chapter 210, Article 2, Town of Arundecoit Business Investment Exemption Law.
Can I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Move.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. And any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Now I'll go back to what I was saying before. We're on the right resolution. So the property, the capital investment exemption. Right now, the town of Arundecoit offers a capital investment exemption for homeowners. When a homeowner in Arundecoit makes an improvement, a capital improvement to their property that over a certain amount that causes an increase in their assessment, they can come to the town and ask for an exemption of that amount that phases in the increase in their assessment. So whatever that increased portion was, they can phase that increase in over the course of several years to really spread out the impact, the tax implication from making that improvement to their home. Essentially, what it's supposed to encourage you to invest in your property, but it's also supposed to make sure that anyone looking to enhance their property, build onto their home, isn't met with anything that could be akin to almost a tax penalty, an immediate tax implication. So we'll phase it in over a number of years. As part of our economic development initiative in town, where we're trying to encourage new economic growth and revitalization of our economic corridors, this legislation would allow us to utilize the state law that would extend this exemption to commercial properties. So now we can phase in that same increase in assessed value. We can phase in the tax implication for that over the course of a number of years, so that businesses now can take advantage of that. It doesn't cost tax dollars. It's not a tax break. It really is just a phased-in approach, so that you're not hit with the immediate impact of the higher tax burden. And so this legislation also creates a commercial incentive board that will study the exemption and make recommendations to the town board about whether or not an enhanced exemption should be offered to certain geographical locations of town where we might need to focus our revitalization efforts. And it can also make recommendations to the board as to certain industries that we think we need in town, or different types of commercial properties that we think are in need of a revitalization in town. And so that Commercial Incentive Board would be appointed by the town board, and then report to the town board that can then act on their recommendations. We're really trying to highlight that Arundecoy here really is open for business. We're changing the way we're doing things. We're trying to encourage redevelopment. We're trying to encourage growth, economic corridors. I think over the last 12 months we've had success with that, and this is going to continue that trajectory and continue that success going forward in the next several years. I didn't see anybody signed up to speak at today's public hearing. Was there anybody here who wanted to speak to this legislation tonight? Okay, seeing none, can I have a motion to close, or I'm sorry, did any of the board members want to speak? No. Okay. With that, can I have a motion to close the public hearing? And a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. And that is the balance of the agenda. The next workshop meeting is February 12th, 2015 at 4 o'clock. And the next meeting of the town board will be February 19th at 7 o'clock. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Move.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Board on ICAT 12, Arundecoy's Government Access Channel.